Now, this rifle's chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor, and this is either the most hated or the most loved cartridge on the internet. Now, I've been shooting a Creedmoor before most people had ever heard of them, and I've come to realize what this cartridge is capable of and what it isn't. You know, some people think it's the best all-around long-range cartridge there is in the world, and some people think it's not capable of shooting a gopher. And the truth lies somewhere in the middle, and physics will dictate that to us. And I'm a big believer in judging a rifle's capability and range by impact velocity. You know, a lot of people think energy is important, but really, with the vast variety of bullets we have nowadays, energy is a poor measure of killing ability. I know this bullet will do the job if I deliver it fast enough, so that's why I look at impact velocity kind of at my maximum range. So the Creedmoor, using the ELDX here, I'm getting about 2,700 feet per second at the muzzle. Now, when we stretch that out to 500 yards, we're dropping down to about 2,000 feet impact velocity. And for a monometal like the CX, that is the absolute minimum I will go. For the ELDX, I'll drop a little bit lower. I'll keep my impact velocity above 1,800 feet per second. So that makes the Creedmoor a really capable, 5, maybe 600 yard cartridge. Not any more than that when you're hunting. Certainly for long range target shooting, you can stretch that out way further. But to keep those impact velocities where you need them, you really need to look at your ballistics carefully. So, we compare something to like the 6.5 PRC, which starts out about 250 feet per second faster at the muzzle. Obviously, it's going to be a longer range cartridge just because it holds that velocity further downrange. But if you can really get in the habit of just looking where you run out of enough velocity for the bullet to work. And like I say, for the monometals like the CX, to me, that's 2,000 feet per second. And for the cup and cores like this ELDX that's designed for longer range, I like to keep it at about 1,800 feet per second. So why would we choose the Creedmoor over, say, the PRC, for example? Obviously, the PRC is going to give us longer range. Well, long range isn't important for everyone, and truthfully, 500 to 600 yards is a really long shot for somebody. But a few things the Creedmoor offers, it comes chambered in a true short action, so we can actually lose a little bit of weight on a rifle. So we're talking about mountain rifles here today, and coming in lighter weight is important. So, if we can shorten that action up, we lose a little bit of weight in metal there. Now, the other great thing about the Creedmoor is it performs super well out of shorter barrels. So we can shoot it out of a barrel that's, say, 20 inches. So, if we're losing 4 inches of barrel without really compromising a lot of velocity, again, some really serious weight savings. The other thing about short action rifles and short action cartridges is just everything's stiffer. So they are a little bit more inherently accurate. And no matter what you think about the Creedmoor, it's accurate. It's also got a very low recoil. And as much as recoil is often a measure of manliness, most people, including myself, shoot a low recoil rifle much better. So, we take a mountain rifle like this, typically we're shooting it prone, and you can really get beat up. So that's again where this Creedmoor really starts to shine. So, if you're looking for a mountain rifle, if you're looking for a rifle, with lower recoil, and it doesn't matter if that's for a smaller shooter or just, any shooter shoots that better, the Creedmoor is a great option. And as always, physics dictates the effectiveness of a cartridge through a variety of ranges.